Hello everyone, so today we're going to be taking a look at this 2014 Land Rover Discovery. And special thanks to McGinley Motors, Mazda, Land Rover, Peugeot and Volvo for allowing me to come down here and review this car for you guys today. For all contact information in regards to this dealership, please see the description box below. So in today's review, we'll be taking a look at the interior of the car. I explain how all the features work, also start up, look at the engine, go over the performance data and take a look around the exterior, as well as take the car on a detailed test drive. So a traditional Land Rover / Jaguar style key fob. I think we'll start today's review at the exterior. You also got this button here which powers on the exterior lighting, as you can see. Now this car just has the standard headlamps, but you can also get with the optional LED daylights which will illuminate in this kind of pattern here. So those will illuminate when you press the button on the key fob. So the exterior colour on this Discovery is called Aruba Premium Metallic. It's a very nice light gold colour. Looks really good. And this Discovery has also been fitted with the 19-inch split 7-spoke alloy wheels. It also has 4-wheel ventilated steel disc brakes, as well as 4-wheel independent air suspension. I believe this is the same air suspension used on the previous generation of the Discovery. And speaking of generations, this one is called the Discovery 4, which indicates that this is the 4th generation of the Discovery. Now this car was produced from 2009 up until I believe 2017, because for 2017 the Discovery 5 is meant to be coming out. This has also been fitted with the optional rear privacy glass. And it's also got rear parking sensors. And like most Discoveries in general, it's been fitted with a tow bar. And also just underneath the chassis there you can see the spare wheel. So we'll just unlock it. The Discovery comes with a split tailgate, as you can see there, and then you just press this rubber pad here and that releases. Fully carpeted, same colour as the interior of the vehicle. Now the boot space in this thing is 1,260 litres, and you get even more of course when you fold down the rear seats, which I'll do just now. So we'll just fold down this seat for the sake of this demonstration. So you pull this tag here, the seat base comes up, and then you just pull this handle, and then just use a little bit of pressure, and as you can see, clicks into place. And as you can see with that seat folded down, you do get a bit of extra room, so you can fit probably just about anything in the back of Discovery. The boot in these things is absolutely massive. And as you can see there, you also got additional storage nets located off to the left and right, as well as additional storage bins located up by the window. Just push down this button here. As you can see, a good bit of extra storage space should you need it. So we'll just put up the tailgate. Because there's so much room in the back of these things, Discoveries are actually very well known for being used as camera tracking vehicles by film crews. Top Gear, for example, use these all the time. What they would do is they would open the top tailgate and the cameraman would sit there and he would just mount his camera on the lower tailgate. So a very, very spacious car. The overall length for the Discovery is 190.1 inches. It has a width of 79.6 inches with a height of 74.3 inches. And the overall wheelbase is 113.6 inches. So coming on to the interior. Now this Discovery is finished with the almond leather. Now this is the most popular colour option for most people that buy Discoveries. You can also have black leather or black fabric. So you got the almond finish located down there, and then it's contrasted by brown leather on the upper half, and then you also got a little bit of black leather on the steering wheel as well as the door handles. And of course this car has the rubber floor mats as well. So as you would imagine, there's a good bit of space back here. Legroom is very good, and as you can see, the roof raises, so it's lower here and then it curves up. So there's a lot of room back here. Very, very spacious indeed. And you can just see how big this thing is when you look out the back window. And that's the other thing, because the Discovery is almost like a perfect cube shape, whereas most SUVs these days have a lot of curves and lines in them, these rear windows are almost completely square, so it's very easy to reverse and park this thing. Much easier than you would expect given the sheer size of it. You also got rear ventilation back here, as well as a little bit of lower storage down there. So let's go ahead and check out the front. So you got your central locking controls located there, as well as your 4 electric windows. So this Discovery has 50,787 kilometers on the clock so far. It's also got a keyless ignition. So just see the key fob down here. So as soon as you power on the vehicle, you just press the foot brake and hold in the button. You can see that the gear selector, like in Jaguars, rises out of the center console. Very, very nice. So it has a 4-spoke leather-wrapped multifunction steering wheel with hydraulic rack and pinion power assist. Very nice feedback. And as I said earlier, you got the black leather steering wheel, and then you got the brown leather located here at the top of the dash. The horn is also integrated into these silver pieces here, and you got all your standard controls for the Bluetooth and voice command, the trip computer, and your cruise controls, as well as your different mode controls located there. And then on the indicator stock, you got this button here, and you just press that, and you can go through your trip information. And then you can also go through the main menu of the screen using these controls here. So it's fairly basic. It just shows you your warnings, your vehicle setup, your trip computer, which we were just in, as well as your display settings. And then you got your headlamp controls located off to the right there. You can also have the Discovery with automatic headlamps. And it also has the auto dimming interior mirror. Then we get to the actual gearbox itself. It's an 8-speed automatic, so you just twist, just select it through the gears, and then you can put it into sport mode just by pushing down and turning to the right. And you can also change gears manually using the paddle shifters mounted on the back of the steering wheel. So coming into the center console, you got your main radio controls located here. You also got your Bluetooth controls, as well as your selection between the CD, the radio, and your auxiliary input. And if we just power on the radio itself,
we're celebrating all things American with great deals on transatlantic flights. Book today. And
sound quality is quite good. And then just below that, you got your traction control, as well as the dual zone climate control with very nice LCD display there for the temperature. And then located down here, you got your basic terrain response. You can tell the car basically what kind of surface you're driving over. And when you select, it also displays up on the screen here. So the one on the far left is just really for normal mode, driving on the tarmac and what have you. And then down here you also got your air suspension controls. You got hill descent, as well as the high and low range gearbox. And you also got two 12-volt power outlets located off to the left and right sides. It also has the electronic parking brake, and there's also a tiny bit of storage here, big enough just for the Land Rover key fob, although if you decide to keep that in your pocket, you probably fit some change and other small items down there. You also got two cup holders, as well as a leather center-mounted armrest. And also when you open it up, you got your USB plug-in. You also got a tiny bit of storage here, and if you lift that up out of the way, you also got a very deep storage bin. And also it has a split glove box. So the one on top is pretty good in size, goes quite far back. And then you got your main glove box located down there. Then the seats themselves, as I said, this is the almond leather, so they're very comfortable and supportive, look really nice. I actually think the almond leather goes very well with the gold Aruba premium metallic exterior color, so it all matches up very nicely. Very large sun visors. No illumination for the vanity mirrors. I don't think there's one on the passenger side either, actually. Nope. So overall, Land Rover Discovery, I think the interior is very nice, fairly simple and basic. It does just about everything you need, and it's very well equipped. bonnet release is located on the passenger side footwell. The engine is a 3-litre twin-turbo V6. It produces 208 brake horsepower with a top speed of 112 miles per hour. It also puts out 384 foot-pounds of torque, and the Discovery can get about 30 miles to the gallon. Okay, so let's fire up the Discovery and take it on a test drive. Okay, so coming out to the dual carriageway, and on power it's pretty good. When you put your foot down, the 3-litre twin-turbo V6 certainly kicks in. Definitely a lot of pulling power in this thing. If I just shift to manual mode, let's drop it back down to 6th. Yeah, there's plenty of power in this thing, that's for sure. The 8-speed automatic gearbox is excellent. It changes through gears brilliantly. It's very, very smooth and crisp, no lags, and it's very, very responsive. Okay, so out here in the open road, the Discovery is very nice to drive, and as I said, the gearbox itself is really nice and smooth. This is actually one of the biggest cars I've ever driven. It's really, really tall, but you actually have a very good commanding view over the road. I can see right over the bonnet, and as I said earlier, because the Discovery is almost completely square in shape, it's very easy to see where you're going. It's got very big wing mirrors, it's got very large rear windows, and you can see right over the bonnet. So, you know, it's a very easy car to drive. You know, despite the sheer size of it, it's quite simple and it's easy to park as well. Okay, so let's straighten the Discovery up and we'll see about this power once more. That's pretty good, so it is. 8-speed automatic transmission is very, very good, very responsive as I said, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm very happy with the power as well. So the drive out here on the open road, the Discovery feels really, really nice. It's very smooth, it's crisp, and these seats are exceptionally comfortable as well. Can't fault them at all. And you know, all around visibility is excellent. It's got very big door mirrors, and as I said earlier, because this thing is almost completely square in shape, you've got very big rear windows and you can easily see out through them, so it's actually quite easy to park as well. But at the moment, I'm just going to go into this other lane and we'll just double check this power, triple check it actually. That's pretty fast, really fast indeed. Now you can actually have the Discovery with a V8 petrol engine, but to be honest, if you're getting that, you're kind of crazy, to be honest, because it's quite a heavy car and it's going to be a bit of a gas guzzler. To be honest with you, the V6 diesel is absolutely perfect. Plenty of torque, plenty of pulling power, much more economical, much more affordable in the long run to drive. Okay, so coming out to the back roads here, the Discovery handles quite nicely. You know, the hydraulic steering offers very good feedback, and going over these bumps, the hydraulic air suspension is absolutely brilliant at absorbing them. It's very, very comfortable back here. I can imagine if you're off-roading one of these things, it would feel very comfy as well. So coming up to this tight left-hander, tiny bit of body roll as you would expect for a very large vehicle like this, but realistically it's not too bad. And because of the shape and design of this Land Rover Discovery, it's very easy to go around these corners. I mean, I can see right over the bonnet, I know exactly where I'm going, and you can be fairly sure that when you go around tight corners like this, because of the excellent visibility, you're not going to bulldoze over somebody's house. This is a really big car. So we're just coming up to another left-hander. Hear the tools rattling in the back, and yeah, handles really, really well. So I'm just on my way back to McGinley Motors right now, and I can safely say that the Land Rover Discovery is a brilliant 4x4. I'd imagine if you were to take this thing off-roading, it would handle any terrain you throw at it, no problem whatsoever. And also these things seem to sell very well. I mean, I see a lot of Land Rover Discoveries on the road, so they're obviously a very, very good seller, even though they cost well over 50 grand. Now this particular 2014 model is actually for sale right now for €49,950, so roughly 50 grand if you round it up. But the best thing about the Discovery is it can do pretty much anything you want. If you want something that's comfortable and spacious and easy to drive and just a very good 4x4 in general, it will do that for you, no problem. But if you need something that has plenty of towing power, it can tow a horse box or whatever you hook up to the back of it, and also has a ton of room in the back to fire any extra stuff, it it will do that as well. So it's a brilliant vehicle in that regard. And also I really like driving it. I mean, I don't really feel like it's too intimidating driving this thing, even though it's so big. You do have an excellent commanding view over the roads. I mean, I'm pulling out here now into a very, you know, dodgy street where it's hard to see cars coming on this left lane, and I can see where I'm going, and I can see all the cars behind me very easily as well. So in general, the Discovery is pretty cool. I like it. They're a good seller, and I'm very much looking forward to the new 5th generation coming out next year. I'm going to be taking one out for test drive as well, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares. But right now, I'm going to finish up the review. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm actually going to be reviewing the new Discovery Sport and also a ton of other Land Rovers, and I'll be taking them out for test drives, and we'll see how they all compare. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.